Have you ever considered how dangerous our environment can be, and how much stress it can cause? These are questions that often linger in the back of our minds, causing a torrent of anxiety and fear. Yes, the world around us can be unpredictable and at times harsh. We're bombarded with news of environmental hazards, natural disasters, and the like. These daunting realities can make it seem as if we're living in a constant state of danger. This perception, in turn, can lead to chronic stress, a silent yet potent enemy of our well-being. But here's the thing. While there may be elements of danger in our environment, it's not as perilous as it's often portrayed. Much of the fear and anxiety we experience is not a result of the actual danger but rather our perception of it. We're exposed to a relentless stream of negativity from the media, social platforms, and even casual conversations. This negativity bias, this constant focus on what's wrong, can warp our perception, making the world seem far more dangerous than it actually is. And it's this skewed perception that sows the seeds of chronic stress. So what's the solution? It's not to ignore the risks or live in a bubble of denial. Instead, it's about changing our viewpoint, about learning to filter out some of the negativity we're exposed to. It's about understanding that while there are indeed risks in our environment, there are also countless sources of beauty, wonder, and positivity. By shifting our focus, we can start to see our environment in a new light. We can begin to appreciate its richness and diversity, rather than just its potential threats. This shift in perspective can help reduce the chronic stress that's so damaging to our health and well-being. While our environment may pose threats, it's crucial to maintain a positive perspective and manage the stress it can cause. So, let's embark on this journey together, learning to see our environment not as a source of fear and stress, but as a platform for growth, connection, and joy. Chronic stress doesn't just weigh heavily on your mind, it can also lead to a variety of health issues. Imagine your body as a well-oiled machine running smoothly and efficiently. Now imagine throwing a wrench into the gears. That's what chronic stress does. It disrupts the harmonious functioning of your body, leading to a host of potential health problems. Firstly, chronic stress can weaken your microbiome, making your body more susceptible to pathogenic bacteria. It's like leaving your front door wide open for unwanted guests. Next, it can impair your immune system, making you more prone to illnesses and infections. Imagine a fortress with its guards asleep at their posts. That's your immune system under stress. Chronic stress can also stir up inflammation. Think of it as a fire, burning inside your body, damaging your cells and tissues. And for those looking to start a family, stress can play spoilsport. It can lead to fertility problems, making conception more challenging. Did you know that chronic stress can also mess with your insulin levels? It's akin to a seesaw, with your insulin levels fluctuating wildly, leading to potential health issues. Chronic stress can also affect your heart health by increasing triglycerides and LDL, while lowering HDL. Imagine a seesaw again, but this time with your heart health at stake. Next, stress can lead to poor detoxification, slow digestion, and poor absorption of vitamins and minerals, including vitamin D. It's as though your body's internal processing plant is working at half capacity. Stress can also tighten your fascia, the connective tissue that encloses your muscles and organs, leading to discomfort and pain. And not to forget, chronic stress can also lead to cognitive problems. It's like a foggy day, where your thoughts and ideas are obscured. Lastly, chronic stress can activate bad genes and suppress good ones. It's like a puppeteer pulling the strings, controlling your body in ways that can be harmful. Clearly, chronic stress can wreak havoc on our bodies, leading to numerous health problems. So, it's high time we took stress seriously and took steps to manage it effectively. One way to combat stress is by changing the way we view our environment. Now, this might seem like a big ask, but it's more about the small, conscious decisions we make every day. Think about it. When we constantly view our environment as a source of danger and stress, our bodies respond by pumping out cortisol, the stress hormone. This keeps us in a state of high alert, which can lead to chronic stress and all the health issues that come with it. But what if we chose to see our environment in a more positive light? What if we chose to see the beauty in our surroundings instead of the threats? That's where the concept of changing your viewpoint comes into play. One of the best ways to change your viewpoint is by connecting with nature. Spend time outdoors, take walks in the park, or just sit and listen to the birds chirping. Nature has a calming effect on our minds and bodies, which reduces the production of cortisol. But it's not just about spending time in nature, it's also about filtering out perceived threats from our environment. This doesn't mean ignoring real dangers, but rather focusing less on the negative and more on the positive. For instance, instead of obsessing over the latest news about global crises, choose to acknowledge them, but then focus on positive actions you can take in your own life. Instead of worrying about things beyond your control, focus on what you can control, like your health, your relationships, and your personal growth. This shift in perception won't happen overnight. It takes time and practice, but the benefits are worth it. By changing our viewpoint, we can reduce the levels of cortisol in our bodies. We can lower our stress levels, improve our health, and ultimately live happier, healthier lives. By changing our perception, we can reduce the stress that our environment causes us. So take a moment today to connect with nature. Filter out the negativity and see your environment in a new light. It's one of the most powerful steps you can take towards natural stress relief. Did you know you can physically flush out accumulated stress hormones from your body? Yes, indeed, the human body is a remarkable machine, capable of self-regulation and healing. One of the tried and true ways to reduce stress and lower cortisol levels is through physical activity. You may be thinking, but I'm already stressed, how am I supposed to find the time or energy for exercise? Well, it's not about running a marathon or lifting heavy weights. It's about finding physical activity that you enjoy and can incorporate into your daily routine. When you engage in physical activity, your body responds by producing endorphins, the natural mood boosters. These endorphins interact with the receptors in your brain that reduce your perception of pain and trigger a positive feeling in the body, similar to that of morphine. It's often referred to as a runner's high, but don't be fooled by the name. You can achieve this through a brisk walk, a dance class, or even gardening. Exercise also helps to improve sleep, which in turn can help manage stress and anxiety. A lack of sleep can exacerbate feelings of stress and anxiety, creating a vicious cycle. Regular physical activity can break this cycle, promoting better sleep patterns and helping you to feel more rested and less stressed. Physical work can also be an effective stress reducer. This might involve yard work, house cleaning, or even a hobby like woodworking or painting. The key is to engage both your body and mind in a productive task, offering a great distraction from stressors and a sense of accomplishment when the task is completed. Remember, everyone is different, so what works for one person may not work for another. The most important thing is to find physical activities that you enjoy and can stick with. Even 5 to 10 minutes of physical activity can make a difference. So get moving and let your body do its thing. Let it sweat out the stress, let it breathe out the anxiety, and let it soak in the endorphins. Physical activity is a powerful tool for combating stress and maintaining our health. In today's video, we've discussed the dangers of our environment, the health impact of chronic stress, and ways to reduce it. We've learned that our environment, while potentially hazardous, doesn't have to be viewed as a constant threat. Yes, it's important to be aware of these dangers, but it's equally crucial to not let this awareness turn into a source of chronic stress and anxiety. We've also delved into the health implications of chronic stress, which can lead to a weakened immune system, inflammation, fertility problems, high insulin levels, poor detoxification, slow digestion, and cognitive problems, among others. It's a sobering realization that our bodies can be so dramatically affected by our mental and emotional states. But there's hope. We've talked about how changing our viewpoint is an effective strategy to reduce stress. By filtering out negativity, getting space in nature, and connecting with our environment, we can reframe our perspective and manifest positivity. We've also highlighted the importance of flushing out accumulated adrenaline and cortisol through physical activities. Regular exercise and physical work can help us manage stress levels and lower cortisol. The beauty of these strategies is that they're accessible to everyone, and they can be tailored to fit individual needs and preferences. In essence, stress management and cortisol reduction boil down to two main aspects: mental resilience and physical activity. It's a balance between the mind and the body, and finding that equilibrium is key to leading a healthier, less stressful life. As we wrap up, remember that knowledge is power. By understanding stress, its effects, and how to combat it, we're better equipped to make positive changes in our lives. So what are you waiting for? Start implementing these strategies today and give your body and mind the relief they deserve. And remember, stress is not a life sentence, it's a challenge that can be overcome. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to learn more about natural stress relief.